What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you, Madden 19. Today marks a week left that we have with the beta. I've spent a significant amount of time looking into this game, and I've also spent a great deal of time on the forums looking at other people's opinions, reactions, and I think it's very interesting. You know, more people obviously got the beta than are a part of our community, and generally with Maddens in the past, my feedback has went right through developers and not through the forums, but I intentionally wanted to look into the forums this year because I wanted that perspective, and I think it's very interesting. It's actually almost easy to understand now why the things that we want fixed in the game don't get resolved. And I'll give you just one simple example. There's a problem in the game that I found, and you can essentially step by step replicate this. So all I have to tell you to do is step 1, 2, 3, follow this pattern, look at what happens. And the execution of this is beyond reproach of not being simulation football. There's no way that you could justify it. Yet, even when presenting people from varying walks of life, from varying levels of gaming, from varying desires from a football game, there are still some people that don't understand what you're trying to explain to them. And some of it may be lost in translation, of course, but a majority of people retain what you're saying and agree, yet there's still a number of people that either take what you're saying in a different direction or don't quite understand what you're trying to show them or try to justify in their own way a scenario in real life that would excuse this from happening. And I think when we talk about gaming, that has always been one of the problems that we faced as a community. It seems like there's so many people that are quick to dismiss something because, oh, well, it happened one time. Oh, well, it maybe happened twice in the history of the NFL. Okay, then we can take that number and we can say maybe we see it once in our whole career in gaming, yet in Madden it becomes a seasonal. It becomes a by-game product. And that's just something that is kind of starting to get overwhelming in the forums. You have so many people providing so much feedback, but the feedback is so varied in how people want changes to be implemented that it's no wonder that we're not seeing a more defined game change from one year to the next. And I'm not saying that anybody is right or wrong, because that's not for me to decide. You know, my approach has been to show you guys examples, come to the community, get your reactions, but that's never meant that my way is the best way or my way is the only way. In fact, I would actually say if they have NFL players in the development team, that they should be the end-all be-all of how the game is actually defined as simulation football. But needless to say, it is an interesting dynamic. I'm very intrigued post-beta at how things will be talked about, because I'm not totally sure, but I'm fairly certain that the terms of service would allow us to speak after the beta has ended. I'll have to double check that, and if I'm wrong, by all means, I apologize, and someone in the comments section correct me. But I do have some things that I can bring up if we are able to talk about them freely. But for all the people that come to me and say, you know, give me your impressions, listen, at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel about EA or how you feel I feel about EA, I'm going to respect them as a gaming company the same way I do every other company. If I break their terms of service, understand that there is no way that Axis or Maximum or any other gaming company would not look at me and say, well, if he's willing to break EA's term of service, there's no way that he won't break ours, or when we don't even provide him an NDA or have him, you know, view or sign or accept a term of service, that he wouldn't do whatever he wants to our product. And at the end of the day, there is some damage that can be done at any level to these games by portraying them either wrong or right for one way or another, and I certainly don't want my channel to be associated with someone that does that or a channel that provides that type of content. So, love to know what you guys think about this. Appreciate you checking it out, and you know that I'll be back in the week with more content.